What's going on in the Middle East with the commodity route? What's the real picture considering you're right there?
I think it's a pretty tough environment, and if you speak to people in the retail trade or people in the real estate business, and they'll tell you that volumes are down like 50% year on year. And this is coming on top of an already bad year, even 2014. That wasn't a great year either. The other thing is tourism is down because, large part of tourism in that region is coming from Russia and from, even Saudi.
And they don't have any money either.
They don't have money either. So it's like a perfect storm. It really is terrible for the Middle East as we speak right now.
Where is this storm going to settle? We've already seen 32.28 thereabouts on the Brent and NYMEX, which are now trading, along with each other. There is no sort of parity coming in there. What are people saying? Where is all going to reverse? Or are we going to see levels of 20? I've been reading reports which are saying 20 to the barrel as well.
Well, I mean, that's been the long-term price around which oil traded for decades, right? Barring the shock periods of early 70s, early 80s. I mean, by and large, it's been about 20 or so. It was 97 crisis, it was $12 or $13. So it's not that it just happened when we were kids, right? I mean, this happened in living memory. The fact is, whether it goes to 20 or 30, the damage is already there. Incrementally, what more damage can it do if it goes to 20? The real problem I foresee is overall one of currency. Because you have a peg currency, obviously you're assuming that you have enough dollars to defend that peg. Now, with this level of oil prices, do you have enough dollars in case people want to make wholesale shifts from the local currency into dollars? That is a general fear under the surface in the region that you keep hearing about. And then the other issue is, on the budget deficits. Because of oil prices, now deficits are increasing. So therefore, you have to raise taxes. So, for instance, the Middle East, the UAE will introduce the VAT in the next year or so. Now, we don't know how much is that going to be, but maybe it's 5%, 10%, 15%.
Shankar Sharma will shift back to Mumbai.
I hope so. But we'll have GST here.
And Swachh Bharat cess, it is already there. Now, you've been a big critic of the government, so to speak. What's happening with the policy logjam? I mean, it's almost a political logjam, which is why the policy is taking a backseat. And more importantly, how important is it for GST to go through? Because, you pick up any global brokerage report till about 2 months back, till China and Middle East came to the fore, they all talked about the policy logjam.
Well, I'm glad, this government is being tarred with the same brush that the previous government was. The logjam, that the so-called policy paralysis, that was a label stuck onto the UPA government, was again a function of parliament not functioning and it being obstructed, and even states ruled by the BJP not playing ball. For instance, GST had been stalled for like many years by the states which were controlled by the BJP. So, it's a tit-for-tat politics here. I mean, like it or not, that's the way it is. So, my view is GST is important, but I don't think that is the reason why markets are behaving the way they are. I think it's because of purely earnings picture looking terrible, and on top of that you have a global macro problem which is serious. GST is an easy, convenient answer, but I don't think that's the real answer.
What's going on with China, Shankar? No one knows what's going on, and they themselves seem like they don't know what's going on. I mean, just 1 week, what are they doing with their circuit filters, with their yuan depreciation? Could we see a contagion? Because some people are also fearing what happened to the US in 2008 could be China driven this time around. Could we see a mass sell-off across the globe? The globe already is in risk-off mode, but could it be a contagion, domino effect across the globe now?
Well, look, China has no more bullets left except to let the yuan fall. That's what's been happening. And more importantly, if you look at, they have hemorrhaged cash like crazy. They have lost a sixth of their foreign reserves in a matter of 6 months' time. They're losing like $100 billion a month officially. The unofficial numbers, I am told, are like maybe 3-4 times that number. You're losing like $250 billion or maybe $500 billion a month. I mean, you figure that out. I mean, that number is hair-raising. So, yes, you're right. It could be the Chinese effect instead of the US effect this time that can drive us into a great deal of chaos.
So cash is king?
I think so.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.